All right, my friend. Today I have an exciting topic regarding how to never again take anything personally. How to be free, in a sense. Free from the idea, the ego, the prison of yourself that you've built around yourself since you was a child, innocently so, to protect yourself. But that protection is no longer necessary. You are now grown. You are now safe. Do you not care more about what is actually true? Rather than keep on being offended by whatever, taking things personally. Can you really say with 100% conviction that you are a person? Is the idea of being a person in a world not just a thought? And by thinking that thought, you perceive as if it were real. But if you epistemologically, I think that's a word, look at what is actually going on. If you look at your direct experience, the only thing you know is that you exist, that you are, and that you experience. And you could say then, yeah, I experience a human, but that's only because you have regurgitated and have been programmed with that idea. You can also experience yourself as a creator, as space, as a vibrational being, as a dreamer, as a seer, as the observer, as I am, as X. And I want you to get how powerful this can be if you can never take anything personally again. Because the only thing that truly bothers us, that makes us suffer, is our own ideas. The ideas of being separate from life itself, of being a person. And this is not about suppressing any aspects of yourself. It's just about seeing clearly, seeing truthfully. What is actually going on? And how boring it actually is to be a person. How much suffering it causes. And how not of service it is to you being here in this world with a powerful intention to share love and light. The amount of love and light that a person can muster is only very tiny. But if you compare it to your true self, your inner being, it has love and light in boatloads, in abundance, in avalanches. If you would just shut the fuck up, if you would just quiet the person, life would express through you magically. And just notice when that infinite abundance, just that gateway, collapses back into it. This only happens when the person gets triggered. And again, this is also totally fine. It's part of the game that we're playing. But just notice when you're in that love, in that light, that maybe somebody says something, and collapse down into this solid idea of a self. And this happens. It's okay. The first step is always acceptance. All right, fuck it. I got triggered. My person got its panties in a twist. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling all the emotions. I have no idea what to do. In that moment, just relax, accept it, and then see if you can approach it from an impersonal space. In that way, you can be a father, a mother to yourself. You can guide yourself. You always have great guidance inside of you, and you apply it to your best friends and to people that ask for it. But then when it's time to apply it to yourself, you're like a blind spot to your own guidance, to your own wisdom. Because we cannot see the trees through the forest, because we're so caught up in our own story that we believe it's true. But it's not true. Unless you say that it is true and then you have that experience. But do you really want to insist on a story that is not joyful? Do you really wish to entertain a reality, an experience that is not truly in resonance with you, just because you believe it's true? Is that serving you, my friend? Wouldn't you want to be free? Wouldn't you want to be a powerful creator that can move freely, that can adapt to whatever the moment needs in terms of expression? And you can still use this avatar, this mind, body, spirit complex to play with, to have fun with, to serve with. But you don't mistake it as your identity. More and more, this is in a sense a process of moving from person identification to becoming more transparent, to becoming more subtle, to becoming more free, more limitless. So it has helped greatly for me that the personal self, in all its beautiful fucked up nature, is not bringing me anywhere that I want, and it's not based on truth, and it's the cause of all of my suffering. All of it. If I can, in the moments where I identified myself as that awareness, that freedom, that spaciousness, that sky-like being that is independent, not separate, but independent from this entire mirage, from this entire dream. It's flawless, it's perfect, it's whole. In there is no suffering. And in there is only a beautiful expression. Whenever I can express from that state purely, then whatever I emanate, whatever I manifest, whatever I breathe into illusion, into form, it's beautiful and it truly reflects our I amness, the true nature of our being. And that is the way that I want to live. And if that is an impersonal life, then so be it. Then let me live in that way. And let me not be afraid as you start to live more impersonally, which I would say is more godly, more loving, more free. Then naturally, the person flares up. It purges, it starts to purge itself. And this is important that you do not get discouraged, because this is when you step closer to the light. It starts to illuminate your shadows more as well. And we've had the tendency to, whenever we see a shadow, be like, okay, no, just turn off the light. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. And we like go back into the old self because we're just like too afraid of our own shadows. But you don't need to be. And as you turn up the brightness, the light within yourself, and as these old shadows, identity structures, which were all born out of fear, out of protection, out of me versus them, out of separation, out of lack, I don't have enough, I don't am enough, all of these ideas that all of us have been programmed with, and which is totally fine, totally part of the game. We're here to light that the fuck up, to transmute that, to become once again as source, as the one has created us to be. Perfect, powerful creators with free will. So use the free will to light up your consciousness from that impersonal space, to not get discouraged when all your personal what to call them, all your personal distortions flare up. Stay true to the light and bring with yourself, when you start to investigate your personal self, bring a light with you, because there's many beautiful aspects about it, many beautiful reflections that are even more clear in your impersonal self. But your personal self is also full of shadow, full of fucked up little distortions. You cannot claim that you're only a good person. You cannot claim that you're a holy angel, at least as a person. You cannot, because you have ulterior motives. You're selfish in certain ways. And this is okay. This was innocently taken on out of a way of protecting ourselves. But now that you're grown, and as a kid you took certain happenings in your life, very personal, and as a kid, maybe it wasn't even necessary. It wasn't personal. Your parents just treated you that way because they have been treated that way. So it was nothing personal to you. It had nothing to do with your worthiness. But as a kid, because we don't know any better, we take it on personally. This must mean that I'm unworthy, that I cannot act like this, that I have to compensate, that this is the way that I have to get attention from my parents. Otherwise, I will not get love. And then I will regurgitate that pattern in other romantic relationships and friendships. This is no way to live, my friend. This is no way to live. No way to live. The way to live is in harmony with nature, in harmony with your being. Not have this disturbing channel blocking off the natural flow of intelligence that wants to move through you always. If you want to be happy, get rid of yourself in the most loving way. Know me, no problem. And it doesn't mean that you become this impersonal robot with no feelings. You become more loving, more caring than ever, but you come from true love. The love that allows others to be free. That doesn't need or grasp or compensate or tactics or any of these things. You become more and more just purely loving. You become like the sun, just unconditionally shining whatever you have to offer. And the remnants of the person are so deep, so over time still some things might flare up. But this is okay if you have set your course on your own IMX nature, on your own impersonal nature. And instead of impersonal, you can also replace it with universal. Universal, you are universal, you are cosmic. You're not just this localized entity, you are all that is. All beings, all spaces, all times, all situations, all emotions. You are that unity, you are that love, you are that light. This is the law of one. The law of impersonal living. And this is so joyful. Even if you are not buying this, even if you think, I am Max, you're all the way off with this. This is not, I don't like this. I don't think this is good because of this, blah, blah, blah. Or whatever your reasons are. If you just give it a chance for even a few minutes or a day, like what if I don't take anything personally? What if I can come from this impersonal space in dealing with some maybe challenges in my life? I'm sure everyone that's watching it has some beautiful catalysts or challenges in their life. And just see if you can approach that in an impersonal way. Then you will become like your best friend to yourself, to your, you could say, your personal self, and you can actually help yourself. I would love to continue on this topic, but just let me know if you have any questions, if anything is unclear, just drop it down in the comments below, because I would love to really transmit the beauty and the power and the lightheartedness. You don't take yourself so fucking serious anymore, because we take the person so serious. I am a real person. It must be serious. I have so much invested. No, it's not. It's just a dream, and you are one with the dream. Why would you insist on something that doesn't even feel good? Which is the universe letting you know this is not in alignment. You're not feeling good. You're insisting. You're being righteous. Doesn't feel good, doesn't feel in resonance, doesn't feel in harmony. That should already tell you like, okay, I'm probably a little bit off. Let me be a little bit more humble, a little bit more open, a little bit more receptive to the true nature of God, of Source, of the One, whatever label you want to paste on this. I am, and your X. All right, my friend, I think that's it. Drop down anything you wish to share in the comments and see if you can truly give this a try, even to just get a taste of it. Like, okay, what would it be like to live impersonally? How does that feel? Or if you don't like that word, just how would it be like to live universally? To see everything as the one, as meeting myself. which is in that sense the most personal thing you can have, the most intimate thing you can have. The impersonal life is the most intimate, truest, closest way to live to your real self. All right, my friend, that's truly it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.